Oh, that's not good. That is not good. What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. So if you saw the intro, we'll skip past it. Long story short, there is a clutch issue with the C6. Now, if you're like most C6 owners, most people throw a set of long tubes on their C6. It's really cool, makes it loud, it's super choppy, but one of the issues that arises, and I'll show you here in a minute, is the clutch master cylinder to slave cylinder line. Now, I have an aftermarket one, it's from Tick. And well, I mean, it's aftermarket OE, but still, it has some heat sheathing on it, but there's a section of it that still looks like rubber SAE hose almost, but I'm assuming it's heat rated. Those tend to fail, and whenever they do fail, of course, you lose all clutch pressure, the clutch pedal goes to the floor. It's a horrible feeling. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is not pull the slave cylinder, and I have a little workaround that I'm going to show you guys. So if you can see, I have the Corvette jacked up. I got jack stands under there. I went to a local tubing, metric, and hydraulic store, and I had them fashion me a segment of steel braided hose. What I'm going to attempt to do is cut the line. I'll show you where the line is, and this is a compression style fitting, so I'm going to try to use this compression style fitting. Both ends are the same. I'm going to try to adapt this so I don't have to pull the slave cylinder, because that's a lot of work. So I'll show you exactly where mine failed, because if you're watching this video, yours probably failed in the same spot. And I'll show you my workaround, and I'll also have a link in the description for a parts list. I just went to a local shop. It cost me $22 just for fittings, and I'll put that all in the description. This has my personal information on it, so I really don't want to show that on the camera right now. But yeah, I'm going to switch to the GoPro, get up underneath the car, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. Hopefully it's a real quick and easy video. And we're back. So if you can see, where is it? The rubber cap right here. It's not focusing very well. There is a temperature sensor there. I removed this in order to kind of shimmy the header out of the way. Of course, remove the spark plugs. That's step one. Drop the driver's side exhaust manifold, and then I'll go ahead and get up underneath the car and show you guys what I'm working with. GoPro time. And by the way, this is like one of the like, I have just miscellaneous caps in here. I shove that into the coolant side of the block, where that probe goes, just so I didn't have to drain all the coolant out of the car. I mean, I guess if you want to drain all the coolant out, you can, but I don't recommend it. It's not needed. Alright, so here we are underneath the car. As you can see, I have the headers just kind of dangling here. The part that is in question is this one right here, this line, and of course it's touching the header right now. That's because it's dangling. It did have a heat sheath on it, heat shielding, if you can see it. I ended up cutting this off with a pair of scissors just so I can kind of diagnose where the line failed. And if you look closely, I don't know if the GoPro is going to pick it up, but my finger's on it right here. That's where the line failed. You can see where there's some heat stress in it ultimately. It even melted a little bit on the bottom. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to cut here with the Dremel, if you can see where my finger is, and then I'm going to go way over here, move the camera a little bit, and I'm going to cut right here, and I'm going to get that line, and it's a compression style fitting. I'm going to install this line, and then hopefully it's not going to melt because it's a steel braided line and it's heat rated, I believe, to a high heat rating. I want to say like 300F, and then I'm going to heat wrap the headers like I should have done whenever I installed it. If you're watching this and you haven't heat wrapped your headers, please heat wrap your headers, or you'll be dealing with this. But obviously you can see there's not a lot of room here, and there's also not a lot of light to work with. But I do recommend dropping the headers and at least letting them dangle, because there's not going to be a lot of room to get a Dremel up here or a cutting tool if you don't drop the headers. So that's where I am right now. I'll give you guys an update once I cut these lines, and I'll get a little clip of that. Alright, so I ended up just removing the header completely right there. A lot more room to work over here. Here is the line. Where's it at? Yeah, here is the line that I cut, and I used a metal file and the sanding bit of the Dremel, the grinding bit, to kind of like bevel off the end and make it nice and smooth. And then I did the same on the other one over here. You can see. So now I'm going to attach the fittings and heat sleeve it, and hopefully I'll be done with that part. I'll give you guys another update here in a moment. Yeah, so this was actually pretty quick and easy. Has some heat protective coating on it, but here is the line going to the slave cylinder, and here's where I have my compression style fitting on with steel braided line. This is 4AN, and in case anybody is wondering, this line right here, this factory one, this is 6mm outer diameter line, and then I'll show you the other side of it. If you can see, pull back the little heat shielding a little bit, and here we go. So that is how you do it. And then here actually is my Tick Performance speed bleeder line. So if anybody doesn't have this, I need to go and route it down from the engine bay, so I can actually bleed the clutch, or I could do it from the engine bay, I guess. I highly recommend getting this. It's super easy. It has a check valve in it, so you don't have to have two people to bleed your clutch. So I'm going to run some fresh fluid through here, and we're going to hope it doesn't leak. Alright, so my speed bleeder is run up into the engine bay, which is fine, it's convenient. Have the check valve opened up. Well, I guess the check valve's right here. I have the external valve part opened up right there. Filled up the reservoir with some DOT4 Valvoline brake fluid. Now I'm gonna go pump the pedal and hope this thing doesn't leak. What's up, guys? So I am back with another update. Working on the Corvette again, obviously. My GoPro battery actually died, so I'm not sure what the last thing that I filmed is, but I got everything buttoned back together. I think I might have filmed the just me routing that line over there and getting that crimp-on connection taken care of. I actually went ahead and heat wrapped the headers. I've driven it. I just went ahead and got it going, but the headers are heat wrapped, if you can see in there, and the line is tucked way back over there, so it runs good. I know this video is a little bit shorter than I initially wanted to, but this actually has to come apart again. I'm going to show you why. Also, I don't think I've got a clean clip of the carbon fiber diffuser yet, but I do have a new carbon diffuser on this thing. Turned out pretty good. Dual tip exhaust. And then we got some huge fins on the bottom. If you can see with the shadow, but there's some huge fins under there. Alright, here we go. Everything feels really smooth, by the way. But alright, go ahead and get her started. So I'm not sure if you could actually hear the lifter tick over the exhaust note, but the exhaust sounds super cool. Just got the dual exhaust conversion done and the rear diffuser installed maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. I've been a little lax on filming. I should probably film more. But I guess for the gist of the video, if the clutch line replacement helped you, feel free to drop a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's something that I haven't seen a video on yet, so I figured it'd be nice to make one if you're a C6 owner and you put long tubes in your clutch line melts. It happens. But hopefully this helped some people out. I'm hoping that it does. That's why I make these videos, and I guess for people to enjoy it. But yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll be back next video. I'll try to film a little bit here and there of the teardown. Maybe some of you guys would like to watch that. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll be back next time. Thanks, guys.
Each day, this makes me sad.